I want to invite you and think about the latest important conversation you had. Do you remember who you were with or where? What do you remember about that moment? Why did you choose that one? We are definitely talking about different conversations, but they have a common thing. Something changed after that one. So let's talk about meaningful conversations. We live in a complex area: hyperconnectivity, hypercommunication, AI, and multiple universes. Between this constant interaction in multiple formats, there are some interactions that definitely leaves a mark on us. They transform us. And that's why I want to talk about that today. Let's think about together what is a meaningful conversation and how we can build one. Let's double-click in this kind of conversations that moves us, makes us snap out of our automatic pilot mode, where, truth be told, we're fully functional and we need it. These conversations opens a door, invites us to rethink things, connects us with others, and it should be meaningful for everyone involved because it leads us towards a change. So, what are the main elements of a meaningful conversation? There's no exact formula, but one thing is sure. Certain elements must be present for a conversation to be meaningful. It is significant because it is transformative, because it has a constructive purpose. A conversation is always built together with the other person. Although one should have a roadmap, there must be room for the unexpected. Create a suitable environment for this conversation to take place. It is about what I have to say, but it's also about the listener and how I expect them to receive the message. That's why it's essential to develop empathy, to be a good listener and understand the other person's perspective. Be open to what can result from that exchange. A dynamic conversation requires emotional connection and a horizontal approach. If everything goes exactly as planned, then you probably give one person show and no conversation has taken place. Connecting to what my conversation partner has to say is key to conveying efficient, long-lasting messages. So, why do I think this is crucial at Globant? First of all, because talent is principal for us. We give top priority to growth opportunities, and meaningful conversations are the most powerful development tool we have. Second, because we have a diverse team of collaborators, and in that diversity lies the key to our future. Meaningful conversations intensify our empathy, allowing us to understand that everyone is different, and that diversity is based on each person's singularity. This diversity favors our constant innovation value, critical for the reinvention we seek. And last but not least, meaningful conversations strengthen and are part of our culture. These spaces are connections, learning, and foster teamwork, diversity, growth, and innovation. Although Globant gives special priority to our key moments, boosting meaningful conversations, they are not the only possibility for this kind of exchange. A habit must be created to identify more opportunities for truly meaningful conversations that will lead us towards a change. How do we create this habit? First, we must bear in mind that not all conversations are meaningful conversations or should be meaningful conversations. In our daily routine, we have practical meetings aimed at solving different issues. We must pay attention and identify when the meaningful conversation will and need to occur and with whom. This must happen on a regular basis and be part of our continuum. This is why timing is key. There's a time and a place for everything. We must refrain from taking phone calls or answering emails if your goal is to have a meaningful conversation. We must be here and now. We must put aside for that exchange and make that person feel we care. Let me tell you about an approach that works very well for me. When I prepare these kind of conversations, I take a moment to slow down. You know when you are in an elevator and you feel that push from underneath, and you can actually feel your feet? Just like that. Breathe deeply and calmly. 5 times to find that inner peace. It's especially important to find your center. I always try to take time, breathe, connect with myself, but also write down my ideas in order to organize my mind and try to take the best that I can from that moment. When I'm there without losing my inner balance, I start relaxing my body into the present, but with more mental focus, concerns aside, and an internal alert system on. That's what I call being centered. Once I've done that, I ask myself a couple of questions to place myself into a conversation. What is my goal? Why I am having this conversation? What are my key messages? For example, helping a team member or having a session feedback, congratulating someone, and also, how does this goal makes me feel? What is my role in it? What do I want to convey and why? To recap, feel your feet, breathe, find your center, and ask yourself 2 questions. Why am I here, and how does it make me feel? We know it's only natural for conflicts to emerge between people. We also know that confronting them without no strategy, it is worse than everything. It is as sweeping them under the rug, hoping them will go away, because they simply won't. Instead, a meaningful conversation with clear messages, careful listening, and exchange can be the ideal environment to take a step forward in dealing with a difficult situation. I know it's not simple to handle an organizational crisis, to present a different viewpoint, or give feedback to our collaborator. But although you may have to say difficult things, when you approach it from a meaningful conversation perspective, you will have a positive impact. Sooner or later, a win-win situation. That's why it's important to think about the way which I want the other person to receive my message. Let's go over the main tips to plan a good conversation. Ask yourself these questions to create the best scenario. When? Remember the key moments for Globant, but also in the day-to-day, choose the right time to have that conversation. What? The purpose of that conversation. What do I want to share? What do I want to change or transform? For whom? Listen before speaking. Understand in order to convey. Consider the other person's perspective and be open to their opinion and feelings. Connect with here and now and with emotions. Be present. Feedback is an interesting space for exchange, but not the only one. It must be a two-way horizontal street. This means all of us can create or boost this special space no matter age, level, or time in the company. We should not leave such a powerful tool just for leaders. It is about more growth and innovation with a 360 approach within the company. The future of Globant is to transform the reality of our clients, their business. It is vital to begin with this journey. This journey of connecting to one another is crucial for our business. Let us seize the power of diversity in our company. Our individual transformation will impact the transformation of others. Individual progress impacts the progress of the company. Remember, a meaningful conversation promotes a space for learning and evolution, and clearly consolidates the bonds between the participants. Don't wait any longer to put this tool into use. Don't wait to start this change. This definitely was not a meaningful conversation, but I hope it was a meaningful message to start using this great practice and be the owners of the change we want. Thank you very much.